What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Room with Wrexham. This is episode number 10, and as we look at the calendar here, we'll round off the month of November and enter a slightly busy December. It's not too crazy, but what I want to touch on is that a few of you in the comments have basically spoken about Okonkwo. I mentioned him before as well, and how he seems to not be performing incredibly well recently, the Arsenal loanee, and a few of you have said that perhaps we should drop him, rotate him, and considering our recent dip in form, and you see the league table there, we're sat in 13th, 5 points off the playoffs. I am going to make a change in between the sticks. Leighton, who is the usual number one for Wrexham and has been for a couple of years, he is going to be the number one between the sticks. Ironically, in real life, Wrexham in the last few league games have actually turned to Okonkwo, and they've been doing quite well. But Leighton is injured in real life. But we're gonna back the number one, and we're gonna put him in between the sticks. You would have seen there as well when we showed the lineup that in the last game, Fletcher and Mullin both got injured. It was just 5-day injuries, but they're both not available for this game against Mansfield. So we've slightly tweaked the formation. We're staying basically the same. We've just dropped one of the strikers into a cam role. We've pushed Lee up into cam. Ollie Palmer is given a chance up top. And Cannon has come into the midfield. He's right centre mid. Belabor left centre mid. And, well, we would get off to the perfect start. It would be our makeshift front two being involved. Ollie Palmer finding Elliot Lee, whose shot is blocked, saved well by the keeper. But Belabor, the Brighton loanee, comes in and bags his fourth league goal of the season. We would go on to dominate the first half, and we would double our lead shortly before the break. Ollie Palmer, who, I don't know, I feel like maybe I was too harsh with. I hadn't seen too much of him so far in the games I've played him, but perhaps we just haven't found the right system for him. And we gave him a chance today, and he bags his first, I think it's his first league goal of the season, our second of the game, and we take a 2-0 lead into the break. And the second half would be incredibly quiet. We just show... we make a triple substitution right at the end. We give Palmer a standing ovation from the crowd because he played really well today. And we beat a Mansfield side who are only a couple positions behind us, 2-0. So without our two key strikers, we win the game 2-0. And Leighton gets a clean sheet. Yes, he actually didn't have to make a save because Mansfield didn't have a shot on target. But it was a good all-round performance, a resilient display, a disciplined performance from a side who are looking to find some form. They've been really inconsistent recently, so very happy with that. And Ollie Palmer, I showed it there as well. He actually picked up man of the match. So Palmer giving me some food for thought. Maybe he should come into the team. We've changed the keeper, and that seemed to work out. Maybe Palmer should come into the team, or at least be involved in the matchday squad. He wasn't even on the bench recently. Dalby has been that replacement striker. But I think for now Mullin will be back. I'll put Palmer on the bench. As we see, Lee Morris, his loan move to Port Vale is confirmed. He'll head there in January, the Youth Academy graduate that we promoted last episode. And then the captain, Ben Tozer, actually comes to us and says, look, boss, the players are a bit concerned that we aren't achieving the goals that we should be achieving. Obviously, the board want us to be winning the league, and we are quite a way off of that at the moment. But we are on the right trajectory, I believe. But we have been saying this for a few episodes now. We need to find consistent form. Perhaps now can be the start, and you can only beat what's in front of you and win the next game. So we'll try and do that. We've started off strongly, beating Mansfield. Next up we'll face Swindon, but before then, the youth scout report came through from Wales, and I'll be honest, I haven't really been too impressed. We obviously signed the two Morrises, and then the centre back Matthews and the goalkeeper Lloyd. But apart from that, the talent's been pretty poor. But I guess, 4 players signed to the academy isn't too bad considering we're only a few months in. So perhaps I'm being a bit picky. As we see here, Thomas O'Connor, who was our CDM that got injured early on in the season, he has come to us and saying, now I'm fit, I hope I'll be back in the squad. And I don't know, man, George Evans actually been doing a pretty decent role in that DM position. So I think we're going to stick with Evans for now. And then Young's actually been a pretty good filler off the bench. So it looks like O'Connor's going to have to earn his place back, as Mullin says, look, I'm fit, I'm ready to play. And obviously Paul Mullin, league top scorer at the moment, he will be coming straight back into the lineup. Davis saying that, he's wanting that position as well. And I know Davis has said he wants to leave in January, but we've got about 7 games basically to try and change his mind. So I'm going to start him in this game here. I want to try and get his happiness up a little bit because he's very unhappy at the moment. And we'll try and keep Davis. We'll try and swing his mind, and we'll keep him wanting to stay after January. We do make 2 changes. Merlin comes back into the side, and Davis comes in for Cannon as well. So Davis, Belabor, and Evans, that midfield 3. Mullin replacing Palmer, and Lee stays in that cam spot. So I do stay with the same formation that we rocked that beat Mansfield, because I felt like it was a decent balance. And then we'll just chuck in Paul Mullin, the league top scorer. Good to have him back in the side. As we face Swindon, who are 20th, battling a draw, trying to avoid the relegation drop at the moment. Swindon, they are struggling massively. We started this game well, dominating possession, but it would be Lainton, the keeper, who would actually be tested. A really good initial save here, which caused a couple of corners. This save in particular, though, was fantastic. Header comes in low, and the reaction, I actually thought it was in when I saw this live. What a save from the keeper, and already he's maybe looking like a good pick. Maybe it was a good idea that we put him in. So I got to give props to the comments for that. As we look to then regain control of this game, Paul Mullin testing the Swindon keeper. He makes a fine save, but from the resulting corner, PM10 makes it 15 league goals in 20 games as he goes and celebrates in front of the away fans. Paul Mullin, header, Mendy, corner. We're so deadly from these corners. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I can really put it into that dangerous area from corners. I feel like I'm really good at those set pieces. So that's a great trait to have. And we actually double our lead just before half time. Elliot Lee getting on the score sheet again. He's been a great asset for goals. Paul Mullin's shot saved, but Elliot Lee gets the tap in. As the ref blows for half time, and I just wanted to show this stat here. I mean, Paul Mullin, it shows how key he is for us. 4 shots in the first half, 3 on target, 1 goal. This guy is special. Charlie Austin comes on, the veteran striker, ex-QPR, Southampton forward. He's been around for a while. He comes on for Swindon as he looks to try and change the game for the hosts, who are 2-0 down here. As 10 minutes into the second half, Mullin actually has a chance to get his second and our third of the game. But it's a smart save from the Swindon keeper. And then the hosts get to work. They go down the other end, Young running through. It becomes a bit of a scrap. They recycle the ball, which the AI love to do on this difficulty, before the ball comes into Leighton. It's a good, smart first save. He then makes another from Austin, and then a third. But wouldn't you know it, EA law, you just make save after save, but they still get the ball. It's very frustrating. But what was even more frustrating, sorry I had to cut away from like the immersion of the game here, but I wanted to show this replay. So when they were running through, I was tracking back with Belabor, and Mendy, who I wasn't controlling, was just jockeying about 10 yards away, despite him being the last man. That makes absolutely no sense. I then take charge of the left back, go to close him down. I then changed back to Belabor, but then Mendy looks to be running back into the left back position. It just makes no logical sense, and I've touched on it in a few episodes with this career mode, but I feel like I'm playing against the AI with one defender, which is just the one I'm controlling, because all the other AI defenders on my team aren't doing anything. Like, that was the perfect example. Mendy was the last man there, and he was just jockeying 10 yards away from the play when the guy was running through one-on-one. It just makes zero sense. I mean, please tell me in the comments, is it something I'm doing wrong? Is it something tactically I need to change, or something in the system, or individual player styles in the game? Like, please let me know if I'm doing something wrong there, because it's quite frustrating, and it causes me to concede quite a lot of goals. We did concede there. I mean, Leighton made 3 saves, and obviously just sod's law that the ball falls to Charlie Austin. But that goal wasn't important, and we managed to hold on for the win. Back-to-back wins see us move up to 10th now, and just outside the playoffs on goal difference, actually. As we'll see there, Bradford, who will be the third and final game of this episode, they are sat in second right now. But before then, a couple of emails, and the assistant manager comes to us and says Davis has reached peak fitness now, and maybe we should change his performance training back to balanced. And then a couple of days later, the assistant manager comes to me and says, I notice you keep shifting the training plans. By doing this, you're not allowing the players to build up the necessary sharpness, and you should actually consider leaving it for a few days. What? The game has told me to. I get countless emails that the game tells me to change players' training performances, and I do that, and then they're telling me, why do you keep changing things? You need to stop changing things. Well, what? That doesn't make sense. I don't really understand that. It's quite frustrating, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, we head into the third and final game with Bradford. The Bantams undefeated in 10 league games going into this one. They haven't lost in the league since mid-September, so this was going to be a real challenge for us. But we named the same starting 11 that beat Swindon away. I'm happy with this formation, the slight change with dropping a striker into the cam spot. I'm happy with this. And I'll be honest, this game was relatively dead. Leighton made a good save either side of half-time. And then this tackle, actually, Carlos Baleba got absolutely taken out fairly, says the referee. But the Brighton loanee would stay down and we had to sub him off. And we would see the extent of his injury when we head back to the emails. But a 0-0 draw with Bradford at home, not the worst result, seeing as we've lost quite a few games at home. And Bradford are a tidy outfit for sure, but we showed nothing up front. I actually think we had 0 shots in that game. It was a very, very poor display from us more so. Bradford did look like scoring, but we were pretty resilient as we see the injury here. Broken toe for Baleba, and he is out for 3 months. Not ideal considering how impactful he's been for us in midfield. And this now makes the Stephen Davis situation even more important, because if Davis actually does force a move in January and we have no Baleba, we are very short in midfield. So hopefully Davis will get more game time now for sure, but we need him to be fit and firing in that midfield as we're going to lose Carlos for 3 months. But overall, a pretty successful episode. I'd say we're up to 9th now, 2 points off the promotion pack. Still not what the board wants us to be, but we are making progress. 3 games, 3 unbeaten as well, 7 points from 9, and 2 clean sheets as well. Only 1 goal conceded in 3 games. I'll take that. I'm very, very happy with that string of results. We wanted to try and find some form, and hopefully we can take that into the next couple of episodes. But I just want to shout out the comments, because you told me to swap out Okonkwo, and that's exactly what I did. And Leighton has been incredible since coming in. So we'll stick him. We'll stick with Leighton for now. And if you have any other suggestions, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you're enjoying the series. Drop it a like, and I'll catch you in episode 11 very soon.